Hi friends, this is my first YouTube video. In this video, I am going to share how to prepare reports from the data which is available with us. So here I am having some data, agency name, product name, code, quantity bought, quantity sold, bought price per piece, sold price per piece. So with this data, we are going to make a report. First one is agency wise margin report. Second one is product wise stock and inventory cost report. So let me take you to the reporting session. To create the first report, agency wise margin report, I am creating one new sheet and naming the sheet as agency wise margin report, and I'm taking the titles which are required for this report: serial number, agency name, bought price, sold price, and margin. To make all the content in the cell visible, I'm using one shortcut: select all, Alt O C A. So now you are able to see all the contents which are available in the cell. To generate these reports, the data which is available may not be sufficient. So I need to add two more columns to get the data as we require for our report. Margin report is basically taken from the quantity of items sold. So we are just now going to create one more cell with the data. Bought price into quantity sold, sold price into quantity sold. So basically the formula is equal bought price into quantity sold, so which is 650 rupees, and next one is sold price into quantity sold. So this will give you a picture that Satya Enterprises bought the product pencil for 650 rupees and sold it for 975 rupees. So likewise, we are going to drag the entire formula to down. So for that, I am also using one shortcut key. You can normally go by copy, drag down till the end, and select this, paste. This is the traditional method. I'm going to show you one more, which is easier when you make a lot of reports. Go to this cell, use control down arrow, you'll be at the bottom, and go to the next cell, select this both cell, and use control shift up. So the entire cell is selected. So here also you can use the traditional way of paste, control V, or you can go by enter. So these shortcuts may help you to prepare reports in a faster manner than the note. To differentiate the columns which I have created, I'm just coloring the title with some color like yellow and double clicking on this to make it all these cells in the content visible. Now next step, we are going to create the pivot of this entire data. So for that, normally we can go in the way that insert pivot tables, the entire area will be selected and you can click OK. This is the one method, and one more shortcut method I would like to tell you, that Alt NVT. So you'll get this box and you can click OK. So you'll have your pivot table here. So now I'm going to drag this agency name into row label and the bought price into quantity sold. I'm going to put in the value, and sold price into quantity sold, I'm going to put it in the values. So now we got the bought price total bought price and the sold price of the sold quantity. Now I'm going to copy this data. I'm going to that sheet, paste it over here. To make all these cells visible, so I'm just selecting the entire data and going to the shortcut Alt O C A. So now you can see everything is visible. And here we want that margin. So margin is basically the selling price minus the buying price. So I'm just doing this formula minus bought price. So now we got the margin of Arasan stationery. I'm dragging down to the now, and you can find some decimal data also over here, so which look quite annoying. So I'm just selecting the entire data and trying to reduce the 0.5 to 0. So I'm just clicking this. If it is not working, you can go for this one time and you can use the same, so it will work. Now we are going to sort the entire report based on the margin. So for that we have to select the entire data. Instead of going with the traditional filter and then select large to smallest, I'm having one more options. I'm just going back, Control Z. I'm removing this filter. So same thing, select all, sort, custom filter, and go to here, margin, largest to smallest. Okay. Now the report is sorted based on the margin from largest to smallest. Now let me give the serial number for this. 1, 2, just dragging it by selecting both of these and putting it down. And now I'm going to make it as more presentable, so with some formatting and colorings. For that, select the entire column and use this middle align and use this center. And this agency name would be odd if it is in the center. So let us select the entire names and make it in this side so that it will look good. And now select the entire area and make the all borders, and select the title, make it bolder, and give the coloring of yellow, which I prefer normally. And now I want to add one conditional formatting for this margin so that it could be easily referable for anyone who is referring this report. So select this entire margin, conditional formatting, color label from green to red. Now I'm going to add the title for this report, so that is agency wise margin report. So your report is almost done, so except some few formatting is there. I'm just merged all these cells and added the color of same yellow and made it block. Added this border as well, and now I'm going to add the out thick box border, so which look quite good also. And you can make the title also with the thick box border. So the report is almost done. And one more small touch, if you send this Excel, no, all these lines and grids will be visible for the receiver or the reader who is referring this report. So if it would be better if you remove these lines. So how to remove these lines and make it more presentable? Insert a column before A, right click, insert. So make the size of this column to 0.5. Now select this column, make the column width to 0.5, and now select this entire row, make the row height to 5, and select this row also, row height to 5. So this procedure is not compulsory for making this report, but this will give a better appearance than the normal. So now I'm going to remove all these grid lines by selecting this view grid lines and tick the tick. So now your report is 100% ready. Now we are moving to our second report, so which is product wise stock and inventory cost report. For this report we need to fetch two more additional details from the existing data. So I'm adding two columns over here. One is in stock quantity and second one is in stock value. So what is this in stock? In stock is actually the stock which they are holding, so which will come by doing the difference of buying to sold. So I'm doing this formula, bought minus sold. So the Satya Enterprises bought a pencil of 1000 quantity and they sold 650 and they are having an in stock of 350 and in stock value. So in stock value is basically the buying price of this 350 stock items. So 350 into buying price, 350 rupees. So same thing, now I'm going to drag the same formula in my way of in the left and control down and control shift up, enter. Again I'm coloring the headings with yellow and selecting the entire cell and giving Alt OCA. Now we are going to make the report format. So I'm adding one sheet and naming the sheet as product stock and inventory. So here what we needed is first one is serial number, product name, bought, sold, stock. Let me put it in stock value. So selecting the entire column, Alt OCA. Now I am going to my pivot table, which is sheet 3. So better I am just naming this sheet as a pivot so that it will be easy for any reference. So pivot. In this pivot already we were using for making this agency wise margin report. So now I'm just going to remove all this content whatever available in this. So my fresh pivot is ready, but still if you see we have added 2 more cells in the data sheets, but this pivot doesn't have the reference of these 2 cells. So for that we have to go to option, change data source, click here and control A. Okay, so now you got the 2 cells which we have added after making this. So now I am selecting this product name into the row label. Quantity bought in the value, quantity sold in the value, in stock quantity, in stock value. So now we got the reports what we expected. So now I'm just selecting the entire data and going to the product stock and inventory sheets, going here and pasting here. So to make all the content of the cells visible, I'm just selecting the entire data and Alt OCA. So now it's visible. And here now we're going to put the serial number for this 1, 2, select and drag. So I'm going to make formatting for this, select all and add the border, make it middle line center, and the product name and make it in the sides, which is my normal style. Made it bold, colored with yellow, and all these are quantities, but this is value, so that has to be differentiated in the report. So I'm just adding one more cell over here and merged that and named it as quantity. So this also will have the border yellow and bold, and this won't look good, you know. If you see this is not looking good. Making it more appealing, I'm just merging the stock value. Product name is also merged with 2 cells, serial number is also merged with 2 cells. Now all these are selected, given with the normal border and also with the thick box border. Serial number and this title border is also selected and thick box border is given. So now you can see the report. So in as like my earlier report also, I'm just doing the same thing. Like there are 0.5s and 0.5s are there. I'm selecting the entire thing, going to that increase decimal and I'm decreasing the decimal. Now it is normal, and here I want to highlight which are all the products which are in the stocks are having the high value. So I'm just selecting the entire data of in stock value and going to conditional formatting, top 10. So I want the only top 5 products. So you can select whatever products you want, 5, 3, 2, 1, whatever it is. So I'm just selecting 5 products. And this conditional formatting default, some colors are there, light red, yellow fill, green fill. So you can make your own custom also. So there's no problem. I'm making the custom of fill with red color, and the font should be in the white color. So that will be more attractive when you see the report. So these are the dangerous products which need to be taken care immediately, otherwise the inventory stock value is blocked basically. So now we are going to insert one column before A. So insert column width would be 0.5. So in this we can do one more thing, like copy the entire column and insert over here. So your job is done. And you can do the same thing. So you can select the entire row. There's a shortcut for selecting the entire row, which is Shift and spacebar. So row height would be 5. Copy the row and insert it below the box. So it is done. Now I'm going to remove the grid lines, view grid lines, and your report is ready. So now I have completed my both the reports. One is agency wise margin report, and this one is product, stock, and inventory value. My next video would be about making the same report using SUMIF formula, making charts and presenting in PowerPoint. Thanks for watching the video. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.